Felicitations, adventurers! I'm Taylor Felicity, and welcome to Incredibly Indie, where we showcase TTRPGs you've probably never heard of. Today, I'm playing Swamp Troll Witches by Luke Simonds with Ava, Kitty, and Mila. And I'm going to throw it over to them to introduce themselves and also tell us their favorite fictional witch, which is a icebreaker question that Kitty thought of moments ago. But we'll actually, unfortunately, start with Ava, who was the only one who
I
didn't
found
have
one.
one.
I
Okay.
found one kinda. I found one kinda. Hello,
Okay.
my
Okay.
darlings and dears. Hello, my darlings and dears. It's your Madam Ava here. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm going to go with Marie Laveau, the American Horror Story edition, because I like Angela Bassett.
Oh, that's a
Nice.
good one.
Good choice.
Fair. Yeah.
Oh,
Phew. Kitty, I'll throw it over to you.
Hi, I'm Kitty. I use she, her pronouns, and my favorite fictional witch has to be Granny Weatherwax
Mm,
from Terry Pratchett.
very good.
I dream of being her.
That's a good witch. Amila, who are you and who's your favorite witch?
I'm Mila. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm gonna say Baba Yaga. I feel like that's arguable about fictional or not in folklore, but that's the one I'm going with.
Fictional, maybe. And then I will say my favorite witch. I'm Taylor. You share your pronouns. My favorite witch, I think, is probably Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service, or that's at
Mm.
least the favorite
Hmm.
witch I'm thinking of right now in this moment. Uh,
Valid.
yeah. Today, you may be wondering, why are they talking about witches? We are going to be playing Swamp Troll Witches, who will start out our day exploring our swamp looking for potion ingredients, then we'll attempt to make and sell those potions if we have time. And if we have time, we'll spend a little time relaxing to overcome our botherances, which I'm just going to be saying that a lot. I think it's a really fun word. It is one of the things in the game. This game uses 3d6, which we will roll in an oracle style. The first dice will tell us simple yes or no. In some circumstances, it's success or failure. The second gives us a wrinkle, or determines if we have a wrinkle or complication. And the third dice tells us how favorable our odds are, or other degrees of favorability. You can get this game now. If you click on the link in chat. You can click on that link and get the game. You can also follow the designer. And then if you scroll a little further up in chat, you can see links for my players this evening. So lots of things for you to click on and open in a new tab. Don't open in this tab because then you won't be able to watch the stream anymore. Or if you're watching on YouTube, it'll all be in the YouTube description. Before we get started, there are some things you can do to help out the stream. First, if there's a moment you think would make a good clip, but you don't want to have to make that clip, you can type exclamation point hey in chat or exclamation point marker in chat like I'm doing right now, and that will make a little stream marker for me to find that moment and make a clip of it, which is super helpful. You can also, we've got some fun channel point redeems you can use to play sound effects or put stuff on the overlay. Mila, I should say, already redeemed channel points to be canonically first, which is
I did.
unfair, an unfair advantage, but it's already happened. Let me do this one. Oh, actually, I already did that one. There's some different cool effects, like this one makes a bunch of creepy flowers and swamp effervescence appear on the overlay. So you can redeem that in chat with channel points, which is the free currency you get just from watching the stream. You can also tip us. $2 gives one player a bonus, $5 gives all of us a bonus, and you can do that either in bits or the link to my Ko-fi is also in the chat right now. All of those tips do go to my players. And then the last thing you can do, congratulations, you're already doing it. Whether you're watching us live right now on Twitch or whether you're watching the YouTube VOD later, I really appreciate you being here, and I hope that you enjoy what you're about to see, because we're about to start the game. So, what do we want to do first? Do we want to describe our witches first, or do we want to decide some stuff about the swamp first? What are people feeling?
I like the idea of swamp because we could also then go where we start with the swamp and then we like talk about our hut and our witch. We could kind of get smaller.
Yeah, cool.
I like that
Makes
too.
sense. Yeah, so for people watching, this is a GM-less game. So that's, I mean, I'm kind of a GM-less GM in general, where like even when I'm GMing, I'll ask people like, what do you think about the world? But this specifically is a GM-less game, which is why I asked about the swamp. So, what are some things we think are true about the swamp where we all live? Let me scroll down to where the information is. The part in the book says, think about what your swamp is like. Is it an endless sea of reeds, a dark cypress swamp, a mass of mangrove on the edge of the sea? Do not feel limited to swamps in the technical definition. Marshes, bogs, fens, and any type of wetland are equally suitable for your witches. And then there's some other questions about like animals that live there. What is there to eat? Are there any landmarks of particular note? So yeah, what do we think about our swamp?
I'd like trees.
What kind of trees?
Oh no, I'm making a mess. Cool trees. Is that helpful?
Sometimes when you play mindless games, your friends are antagonistic towards you.
I
asked if it was helpful.
I really liked those cypress trees, I think. Leave like some natural oils as they decompose, which turns the swamp into like it has like a rainbow oil sheen.
Oh, that's cool.
So I think maybe it's not all the time, but I think once in a while our swamp gets this like sort of oil slick rainbow look due to the decomposition of the trees and leaves.
That's super cool. I love that. I think it's a stinky swamp. I think there's a lot of like bubbling, like things bubbling up from the swamp that like burst in these big, like gassy bubbles. I think there's a season in which that is like flammable. I don't think it's constant, but I think it's like, oh, watch out during like this season, like the swamp gases are very flammable, so you have to be careful. Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's like the oil slick is the warning that the flammable season is about to begin.
I love that.
Our swamp
So I
has
feel
to
like
have
that-
ley lines.
Yes.
Yes.
Sometimes just walking around, you may just accidentally end up in a very large puddle of sorts. You sink into it, and then you're in Detroit. No one knows why. It takes a long time to get back home, but there's ley lines for all this water. Because it's a swamp and it has so much water, there's going to just be random pockets of magic like sprinkled in there. Just to trick
That would
people.
be so shocking to be in a bog or to be a magical creature in a swamp and then end up in Detroit.
Yeah, and
that
explains why cryptids are found in random places, even if they're mainly in a specific place.
I love that. I also really want an urban fantasy novel about that happening, and then the swamp has to work with the like urban. Oh, it would be great.
That's how Bigfoot travels.
I believe it.
I think I really like that, and you saying like, "Oh, this is like this is how it is for cryptids or whatever." I think then this is like our swamp is a birthplace for a lot of creatures. Like maybe there's some like the pockets of magic, like kind of like mutate regular animals into like other things. I think that's kind of cool. And then because there's these ley lines, they just kind of like, it's like the cat distribution system, but it's like the cryptid distribution system.
Yes, excellent.
I'm just taking some notes.
I had to grab my notepad because I'm like, yes. I want more physical evidence of games I've played. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to print it out.
Aww.
Yeah.
I love that. Any other things we want to decide about the swamp? Do we want to we know there's cryptids here. Are there any landmarks of particular note or like other types of animals that are prevalent here?
I feel like if we're talking about a watery place with trees, as a Canadian, I'm legally obligated to mention beavers. Um, I also would like a little mountain, not a big mountain, more of like a hill. Like I feel like there's discussion about whether or not it is a mountain. But just like kind of like a rocky, like maybe like in like the center place or something, just like a rocky mountain hill.
Is it just a matter of perspective where like far away it looks like a mountain, but up close like, oh, that's a lot smaller and it's like a hill?
That I was also thinking like how the Welsh were like, this is our one mountain, and then they came and they're like, it's not technically a mountain, it's too small, and they were like, you shut up.
There's a
You
movie
just
about
away
that,
from
I
us.
think,
There
right?
is, yeah.
I remember watching that as a kid. There's a movie called like The Englishman Who Went Up a Hill and Came Down a Mountain, which is a very long title.
Oh, it's so long,
but it's
too
but it's
long
about
even.
that. Cool. So we got beavers. You've got a mountain hill or a hill mountain. I like that it kind of works almost in the opposite of the way perspective works, where like from far away you think it could be a mountain, but when you get close,
Yep.
you're like, no, this is a hill. That's very funny. It like is smaller the closer you get.
I also, just because my character has a familiar that's this, I always found it very fascinating, like looking into the history of like horoscopes and how like the different symbols came to be, and no one can figure out what the fuck a Capricorn is or like how that came about. So this swamp has goats that really, really love water. Like they can see them swimming around and everything, and they always seem to be just half out of water. Are they Capricorns? Maybe? Or are they just weird goats that really love water? Who knows?
I love
Only I
that.
know, truly.
That's amazing.
And I won't
love
tell.
that. It'll be a secret forever. Incredible. Okay, I feel like that's a pretty fleshed out swamp. Of course, we can add things to this as we continue, but that's a good starting point, I think. So, who wants to go first, describing their hut and then their witch?
I can start us off.
Go for it.
Okay. My hut is coincidentally why there needed to be a mountain in the swamp is because my hut is in the mountain. It is a little cave. I think it started off as like a very natural one. It starts off a bigger like kind of cavern where I have most of like my where I live and where I keep my stuff. But then I think it gets smaller and smaller, and as you follow it, kind of like deeper in, and it goes. I think it goes further than it should. Where you're like, what is the geography of this? And it's magic. It's fine. And that's where there's like a pool of water like inside the mountain that you can get to, but it's a bit of a walk. And then on the outside, my door is woven from like sticks and twigs and reeds, and it's a circle, and it's very much like a Hobbit-esque kind of door with like the doorknob in the middle and that like color of it being circular and then kind of changing color as it goes further out. I also have a little garden of stinky flowers, stinky swamp flowers, but it's pretty well curated, I think. And then I have a wattle fence, which is like a woven. There's posts that stick up, and then you kind of weave the reeds and the same stuff. It matches my door quite well, and it has this little gate that just kind of swings open, and it's very cozy. It's a little like a swampy oasis in the middle of a more swamp. I'm kind of imagining like in the Sleeping Beauty original cartoon by Disney, they have like the where the house is, it's a little bit of a like opener space, and then it's all like the trees kind of around. That's kind of what I'm envisioning, but with a mountain and a garden.
Very cool. I love that. What does your witch look like?
Oh yes. My witch is short and fat, and in the great words of Winnie the Pooh, proud of that. They are a deep, like when you dig into the ground and you find that like cold, kind of wet, kind of bluish gray clay, she's that color. She looks like she's pretty much made of that. Her favorite smell is the early morning lichen, like thawing smell. She's very gruff. She thinks she's very wise. And she has kind of like a cloak or like a little shrug of leaves and twigs. And it's hard to tell if it's actually part of her or if it's something that she's wearing.
Very cool.
And their pronouns are they, she.
Love it.
Yeah.
Who wants to go next? It's not me, because I just realized right before the stream I was like, something on my overlay is wrong. No, it's not. And then I just realized it is.
I'm Kitty. So we switch socials.
Yeah, the socials are
You're
wrong,
welcome
so...
to it. Please.
So I'm
You
gonna
want to
fix
write a book?
I'm gonna fix that really quick while one of the other two of you
I can
me.
go. So I think my hut is more of your sort of classic sort of witch hut, in that it looks a little bit like it's grown out of the ground, but also like it's constructed. It's sort of a mixture of those two things. And it looks haunted. I think that she's tried to make it look homey-ish, but there's like that war inside her of like, I don't really want people coming to visit, so not too friendly.
Yeah.
And so it just looks disorienting. Like it really strikes you as like, oh, this is definitely a place that a witch would live, for sure. She has a fence that is made of reclaimed bones that's constructed around, friendly. It's a white picket fence of a sort. And she also has a garden. I think she more specializes in like herbs and poisonous plants. So she has like different poisonous plants. And she also has like really helpful herbs, but they're kind of mixed together. So you'd have to know what you're doing to find what you're looking for, which is kind of her whole deal. I think that she has very much the kind of personality of someone who is not helpful or not helpful. She just sort of like exists and gives you advice, question mark, but it's up to you to figure out if it is useful. Like, it's the kind of witch you would go to because you're like, oh, I really need some sort of solution or answer, and you would leave going, well, that could have been really useful, or it could have been a complete waste of time. I'm not sure, and I probably won't know until after the situation has resolved. I think she's very much a witch of pushing people to trust in their own agency. But she also kind of likes people coming to her asking for advice, so she doesn't want to be like too standoffish. She wants to. She would never admit it, but she wants to feel useful. She is wizened, so like she's definitely been around for forever, maybe as long as the mountain. And she might have once been tall, but has sort of slowly begun to like curl up like a pill bug. She walks with a walking stick that has like almost a pestle like structure on the bottom, which she can transform into a mortar and pestle for her, like making various things. Yeah, I think she's got like a sort of leathery very wrinkly skin. She's got small, keen eyes. She wears a cloak that is like looks like it's made almost of shadow, which helps her blend into the darkness that lurks like just outside of her hut. Um, and she has long, sort of silvery gray hair that's usually in a braid and like wrapped around her head.
Very cool.
Oh, and her name is Nessa, and she's she/her pronouns.
Cool. I love that. I fixed the overlay snafu. So, Ava, do you want to go next or do you want me to go next?
Sure, I can go. That's fine. My hut is kind of in a set of two. When people try to visit my character, they are met with a very simple, maybe like uh house on sticks, like on stilts type of motion. It's very simple on the outside, very simple on the inside, but one of the things that sticks out is that there's a gigantic pool in the middle of it. And that is where my character comes out to greet those who wish to bargain with her. Her own personal home, her own personal hut, is within the swamp itself, and it opens out into different directions of potential ley lines or pathways she needs to get to if she's trying to travel throughout. Shells, seaweed, algae, anything that belongs to the swamp always finds a way to decorate around it. So it kind of gives the feeling of a very extravagant fishbowl where it looks like very like a ruined house, but it's like overcome by like the nature that is happening around it. So it's very beautiful still. And she likes to hang like little lights around, like fairy lights around, just so she can have a little bit of the light within the murkiness. Um, but my character, Hanessa, who uses she, her pronouns, she is kind of a mix of like what could be banshee siren like in nature, very tall, very wispy. Skin is like a dark brown with like undertones of blue. Um, her clothing is very silk oriented, but because of just like the oil slick nature of the trees around, it kind of gives like a shimmer to her. So it always looks like she's glittering in a way. When people see her, her face kind of shifts. It's very beautiful, but there are times when it looks very young, but also times where it looks old. And it is the effect of what do you wish to see most before you die and give that comforting effect. But her actual true face, no one can really figure it out. It's always like in that mix in between. Her hair is black, it clings to her face in like black tendrils, but she likes to keep it up in like extravagant styles to keep it out of her face. Um, and she always looks serene, very serene looking.
Yeah. Also, just to, I feel like this is gonna happen a lot. I think you said her name is Nessa, but her name is Nala, right?
Nala, yeah. Oh my
I
god,
think
the end names. Nala,
No, we're all
Nala,
named the
Nala.
same thing.
we're all named Nessa.
I'm Nessa the Water
I'm
Witch.
And we get really mad when people like can't tell us apart, but we're all named the same thing. That would be hilarious.
Oh, do I do that to you on purpose?
Probably.
Please, Nessa is the one up the street. I'm Nessa.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. I think that just leaves my swamp troll witch, whose name is Annie, so not not similar at all to the other names. And I think her hut is a little bit non-traditional because I think it's almost like it's not exactly this because I think it's magic, but you know like when you're a kid and there's those like pop-up tents you can get that are just you just like oh they're like in a circle and then you just open it and it like makes a little like tiny tent. Kind of similar to like when people have like um laundry baskets that are like the same thing, where they're like wire and then you pull it out of the tube and then it like it's like that except for magic, because so it's basically a tent. It's also so little because Annie is so little. She's about the size of a grapefruit. And so has this like little tent that she, I think, like just kind of whips out. And it does like look like, I think it's, you maybe wouldn't even notice it if you're walking through the swamp. It's kind of covered in like moss and mud, and there's like some leaves and twigs and things like that when it like pops open. And there's just enough space in it for Annie and her guinea pig, which is her mount. So it's really comfy in the two, and there was just the two of them. And the reason why she has such a small hut that's very portable is because she doesn't really spend that much time in her own hut. She mostly kind of like sneaks into other people's homes, and kind of takes up residence there. So her hut is very movable. It's always in different places. If you're looking for her, you'd probably be more likely to find her at one of the other witches' huts, honestly, than any other certain place. And also so I already said she's very little. She definitely has some like Muppet DNA in her conception. Like she looks like humany, like she like looks humanoid, I should say, but she's furry and has like fox ears and a big like fox tail, and but a pretty like humanish face apart from like a little bit of like fur around the outside. But when she walks, she is kind of like, you know, like this, and the tail is like going back and forth, very like Muppety. And yeah, I think those are the main things. Her guinea pig has a bunch of like kind of saddle bags because she's like always on the move. And I think she has some like bags that she carries as well that probably are some kind of like hammer space kind of thing where like you can fit more in there than they really are because she's very little and doesn't have a lot of space to keep things. But she also loves to have things, which is why one of her resources, because we have resources in this game, one of her resources is a little jar of buttons. So I have my little jar of my button collection here so I can shake it and brandish it as needed.
Oh, I love that.
And Annie also uses she, her pronouns. I think that's pretty much my witch. So, we've determined some things about the swamp. We've told you all about our witches. What potions are we all going to be looking for as we are going out on our adventures? We each have 3 potions that we're trying to find the ingredients for. And if you have ones in mind, that's fine. I'm probably just going to roll on this potions table because I didn't.
Well, I want to roll on the table. I don't want to have to think about stuff.
It's on page 17 of the PDF is the potions table. Okay. And it's I think it's a D66 roll, so 1/6 will be the tens place and 1 will be the ones place. Okay, 53. Cold resistance is one of the potions I'm looking for.
Ah, okay.
I'm looking for a relaxation potion.
Alright, what other potion am I looking for? Oh, actually, I already know, because I have a favorite potion. Okay, the 3 potions I'm looking for, one is cold resistance. I imagine, I just think it'll probably sell well. And then I'm also looking for a tiny size potion and a giant size potion, because tiny size potions are my favorite potion.
Tiny size people.
I like to make people the same size as me.
All right, I'm looking for causing dreams,
Ooh.
Forgetfulness, and curing coughing.
I love that.
Which I think I'm just looking for, me personally.
Yeah. Forgetfulness and curing coughing. Perfect. Oh, hello, Raiders! Tales Archived. Thank you so much for the
Oh,
raid. We're
hello.
playing Swamp
Thank
Troll
you.
Witches, and we're figuring out what potions we're looking for. So you caught us right in time for our adventure.
Okay. I
Mom.
am going to make my favorite potion, which is putting plants back to sleep if they wake up too early or if they stay up too late in the winter, to make sure they can go back to sleep and be nice and healthy. I rolled a cure for sneezing. And then I had also rolled for forgetfulness, but I think I was like, I'm going to do one for forgetfulness. And then when I talked to Nessa, and she was like, I'm doing one for forgetfulness, I went, I'm doing one for
You should forget about that.
stone skin. I don't think I told you. I think you told me first, and then I went, I can't make that.
Well, heck.
I was like looking around, like noticed my like clay skin. I was like, stone skin.
Two of us
Yes,
have
yes,
potions to
stone
make people
skin.
like us.
Yes.
Stone skin.
Stone skin.
What are the
So,
3 potions Nala is looking for?
one for relaxation because sometimes you just want to sleep before you die. For death because sometimes people just deserve it. Sometimes people deserve it. But then, if you really want to escape death, there's a potion for health.
Cool. I love that.
There's a theme.
All right. So we're gonna go to our first location now that we know what potions we're looking for. So we all travel together. We all go to the same location, and then the roles there apply to all of us. Even though, like, so for example, if we get a roll that there's like half of our ingredients are available here, that means for all of us, half of our ingredients are found here, even though we're looking for stuff for different potions. We do, before we go to our first location, decide what potion ingredients we're looking for first, like for this location. So I think I'm gonna be looking for, I think I'm gonna be looking for the tiny size potion because that's my favorite one. It doesn't even sell that well. Really, the cold resistance one sells better. But I really just am like, I'm running kind of low on the tiny size potion. So that's what I'm gonna be looking for at our first location. Ingredients for that.
I'll do the sleeping one, the sleeping plant one.
I'm going to do curing coughing.
I think I'll do health.
Nice. Who wants to make the roll for our first location?
I will.
Cool. So you'll determine which die is going to be the first die, the second die, and the third die.
Okay.
And then interpret it from there.
And so I guess I can roll them all at the same time.
Yes. Yeah, you can roll them all at the same time, just as long as you know
Okay.
which one's which.
Okay. So die 1 is 6.
All of the ingredients are present.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Die
So one of our
2
potions
is
crossed off.
die 2 is 5.
Minor problem. So this is that's the least bad it could be, so that's good.
And die 6 is 6.
Favorable conditions. Cool. So that's like you basically did the best you could possibly roll because results of a 5 or 6 are the best results. So great.
Oh, because I know what I'm doing. Clearly, Nessa picked the first location.
Yeah,
like,
you're leading
going
the way.
here. I know the stuff is here.
Cool.
And that's probably where we talked about the potion about forgetfulness was on the walk over to this location.
Yeah. Do we want to roll for what our minor problem is? Or do you have something in mind? Or does anyone have something in mind?
I mean, I love randomness.
Let's roll for it.
I'm here for minor problems of any kind.
Okay.
In a
36.
word, chaos.
Okay, 36. Oh, okay. So our minor problem is a lone adventurer hunting trolls, which we are.
Oh,
So,
that doesn't seem like a minor problem. I should have been working on the forgetfulness.
I think it's minor because there's only one.
yeah,
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
a
yeah,
lone
sounds about
adventurer.
right.
Okay. There's also some. Oh wait. I think I think I was looking at the wrong thing. That's minor problems. Is that mild problems? Wait, which one? Hang on. I can't remember which one is the least. Yes, I did right. Okay, minor problem. And then we can also roll to see what types of things are at this location. Like what are the favorable conditions? There's a roll table for that. There's notable vegetation, landmarks, oddities. So do we want to roll some more stuff to find out some more stuff about this location?
I like hat fits just right today. I just that just feels great. I love that so
Let's do
much.
that. Yeah, let's do it then. So our favorable conditions is any of us wearing hats. They fit just right today. Oh, which I forgot. My character does have a hat. I forgot to mention it when I described her. But she has like a long, the type of cap that's like a sleeping cap, like old timey sleeping cap, where it has like the thing coming off the back, but it goes all the way down to her feet. It's like definitely made for someone bigger than her. It fits around her head, but it's very long. But it fits just right. Is anyone else wearing a hat that fits just right today?
No, I'm just very happy for you.
Yeah, I think I'm wearing a hat. I think I was like, do I wear the hat or do I not? But then I was like, oh, this hat fits so good that I gotta wear it. And I think her hat is sort of like a knitted cap, but with like a little bit of length, not too much. She doesn't want to be ostentatious with it, but a little bit of extra space because she got to fit all her hair in there. So
yeah. Nala, are you wearing a hat?
She doesn't really wear hats per se, but every now and then you see her with like a lily pad that's just on the top of her head, just chilling there. Like, I don't feel like having it today.
Cute.
Great. That's our favorable, which I believe favorable conditions give us a +1 or +2 to dice rolls. I'll have to check that. Let's see what kind of notable vegetation is here. 35. Some mangroves in this part of the swamp.
Ooh.
And for a landmark, 65. A god's secret house where they go to get away from it all in disguise.
Yes.
This is really cool. And you know what?
love
I'll roll
it.
for an oddity too. I love games that have a lot of roll tables, so when I stream them I like to show people what the options are. And then 62 for an oddity, bunnies dancing in a circle around a bonfire. So there's so much going on.
Oh my god.
There's a lone adventure.
that time of year for it. Haven't you seen the rainbow glistening on the swamp?
Yeah.
Rabbits.
Ooh, what if it's a rabbit god and that is like why they are there? Like the two things are actually related.
I love that. Yeah, that's very smart.
It's the Easter Bunny.
Where the Easter Bunny goes to get away from it all.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me look and see. I believe if there's favorable conditions. Conditions. Okay. It does say it somewhere. Okay, the conditions of the location will affect rolls made at that location during problem solving. Unfavorable conditions apply a -1 modifier to the first die of the problem solving roll. If the problem may be reasonably affected by that condition, while favorable conditions apply a +1 modifier. So anyone who's affected by a hat fitting particularly well can get a +1 to rolls. So when we know what our problem is, we know the lay of the land a little bit. So we get to this location, we're looking for stuff for our ingredients, and we can see there's a plethora of the kind of plants that we need and the kind of ingredients that we need. The resins, the saps, the minerals, all those sorts of things. Plenty of them. But there is a lone adventurer, a troll hunter, who is kind of around the swamp. But we also see, maybe, off in a different direction, this ring of rabbits dancing around a bonfire. I do think that could be very pertinent, because we've already said, like Kitty said, the thing about the swamp gases and the rainbow on the... I think if we made that up, that has to be the conditions now, right? Like, it doesn't make sense to be like, sometimes it's there, but not now. So this bonfire could be particularly dangerous. So now we get into the problem-solving part of the game, where we deal with the problem present at the location in order to be able to collect the ingredients. If we fail at this enough time, we can get botherances, and if we get 12 botherances, we have to go home. Whoever gets 12 botherances has to go home and relax to recover. So this takes place in rounds. There's 3 steps per round: talking, doing, and fighting. So we always start off, each of us has a turn to talk and see if we can talk the situation down. Then we can do, and then we can fight. You can do, like, if we want to do 2 talking rounds, you can do that. If we want to do 3 talking rounds, you can do that. But you can't do until you've talked, and you can't fight until, well, you can't do until the second round. You can't fight until the third round, if that makes sense. And it can go in any order. So who wants to talk first? We could also talk amongst ourselves.
I hide behind a tree that's too skinny to hide me.
I mean, I think Nessa just rolls up her sleeves like, well, we should just go deal with this. And it's probably prevented from just clocking this guy, because she's pretty grumpy about people in the swamp generally.
Nala usually is able to talk her way out through words, so is willing to be the representative to speak to this hunter before fisticuffs have to come out.
Yeah.
All right, you always want to talk to them. But fine, go for it then, I suppose.
It could be a business proposition, that's all I'm saying. Hunter, do you wish to find out here in these swamps? Is there anything that could get you to go away sooner?
Yeah, does anybody want to play the hunter? Since this is GMless, anyone can be the troll hunter. But I'm happy to if no one else wants to. Mila, was you saying, oh yeah, meaning that you want to play the troll hunter?
I did have just a, oh yeah, we can all do these things. No, I can't figure out what I would want his vibe to be.
Okay. I can play him. That's fine with me. Because I think Annie basically is kind of just like, I'm with you fellas. Like, just kind of whatever other people are doing. She loves to tag along. And she doesn't like to be left out. So I think she kind of like has hopped into like maybe like a pocket in someone's cloak or something like that. Like she's tagging along. Yeah. So maybe yeah, just kind of does probably ops into Nessa's like cloak or something like that. As soon as you start taking off.
Why is it furry in here?
So okay, so Nala, you said as like what do you want? I think this hunter turns around. He's definitely human, I think. And I think is wearing like very clanky armor, like is like, paladined up kind of, and like doesn't have a sword drawn, but sees you kind of standing and talking to him and says, are you one of those trolls that lives in the swamp that I've heard stories of?
I consider myself more of a siren. Trolls tend to walk on land a bit more, as you can see. I'm kind of just floating here.
You seem like you could be some type of evil creature.
Would an evil creature approach and ask if you need assistance? Really, you should work on your stereotypes.
Yeah, go ahead. I think roll to see how this works.
Okay, so what
you'll
exactly does it mean to do what is it? The high control one? What does
Okay,
that
so
mean
yeah,
exactly?
high control means that after you roll, you can put the die in the order that you want, because the first dice for this type of roll will be success or failure. So 1 through 3 is failure, 4 through 6 is success. Second die is a wrinkle, which is either a negative side effect, no side effect, or a positive side effect. And then the third dice is flavor, 1 to 6 scale of low to high flavor, which I have to be honest, I don't know exactly what flavor means in this specific roll.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you roll a high control skill, then you can choose which dice you want in which place.
Okay. So first die is a 6.
Perfect.
Second die is a 4. And the third die is a 2.
Okay. So that is a success with no side effects, and a 2 amount of flavor. You also, I think we need 2 successes total to get past this issue. Minor problems, yeah, minor problems require 2 successes. So you've succeeded on this, and as you say, like, would I be helping you or whatever? He's like, I suppose you wouldn't be helping me if you were some kind of evil creature. All right, well, where are the trolls in the swamp that I might slay them? And anyone else can hop in, because Ava's character took took her turn for this round. Other people can jump in and do a talking action.
I'm going to pop out or do that thing where you like yeah, I'm going to pop out and I'm going to be like, "Oh, if you follow this road, and you go this way and then this way," and I'm trying to get him to go to the Leyline magic pocket that will send him to Detroit.
I love it. Ava just said Detroit kind of is like a
I just
throwaway
looked
in
at
the
a
way we're
random
all
As a
location.
throwaway, and I've just become so obsessed.
No, it is Detroit. It's
Detroit.
always Detroit.
Detroit.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your 3 dice. And what skill are you using as well? Because that determines certain things.
Could I use craftiness for this? The solving problems with words, negotiating?
Yeah.
Okay,
so.
excellent.
Which is your high control, right?
It is. That's why I'm like, I really would like to use this one actually. Oh
It sounds
no.
like you're rolling dice into like a porcelain like what are
I was very concerned.
That is precisely what is happening. You are correct.
I'm good at noticing sounds.
So I got a 3, a 2, and a 2.
Oh, okay. So not high control isn't going to help you very much. I will say, is the fact that any of our hats fitting particularly well helping you with this? Because that could bump your failure into a success.
I think the fact that you all look so good in these hats is really helping me. I'm just really boosted by like looking around at my companions and just being like, wow, there's just something about them today.
Something
Damn.
about that lily pad.
Oh, that lily pad is sitting like so chic. It's amazing.
Perfect. Okay, so you said
It's like a Kentucky Derby like hat.
Yeah.
style.
Yeah, it's like a fascinator kind of looking situation.
Incredible. So that's a success, which is what we need. There is a wrinkle, which is a negative
Yeah.
side effect, and then the third dice of flavor, like I said. I don't know exactly what flavor means. So what do you think the negative side effect is? Maybe this guy's in
doesn't-
Detroit. I mean, that's kind of.
I mean, it could be that he sees me and is like, well, that definitely looks like a troll.
Ooh, I have an idea. So I was looking because I was like, I can't remember how side effects exactly work. Side effects affect the next roll made to solve the current problem. So it won't really affect us too much because you did succeed. A negative side effect applies a -1 modifier to the first die on the next roll, while positive side effects affects a +1. So the side effects and the conditions kind of like work together. But I think it might be funny if this guy after he's like walking away, it's like that person did look like a troll, and maybe there's a chance we might run into him again because he's going to like another place in the swamp, so we might just run into him again, and now he knows, like, or at least thinks that you're I almost said that you're a swamp, that you're a troll. Oh, also Ava just told me the flavor is listed below the skill, so now now we know.
Oh, so it's like harebrainedness, which I think actually makes sense for this.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It was a little bit silly of me, very much a typical troll, to be like, let me pop out.
Okay, that makes sense. So what skill you're using, it's a 1 to 6 of like how much that flavor affects what's going on. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Incredible. If I just read a little bit more, I would know what it means.
Well, I guess if I got it too, then if you get, does it affect it the least if you roll high or the most if you roll high?
I'm assuming it's the most if you roll high, so it's only a little harebrained. Let me see if it actually says. Yes, scale of low 1, high 6. So a low harebrained flavor.
All right.
But yeah, that guy goes deeper into the swamp towards Detroit. And all of the ingredients that we need for our first potion are here.
I was gonna eat him.
And I was gonna
too much metal in your system. Too much iron. No.
I am trying to cut down on a high lead diet.
Yes.
My doctor said I need to stop eating so much lead.
I gotta stop licking the paint.
Now, what you do need is that good old mercury. Let me go fishing for you.
Now that stuff is good. Sweet.
Low lead, high mercury diet. I eat so much tuna.
Why would they make it so shiny if you weren't supposed to eat it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's so shiny.
This is not medical advice.
Yeah, does anyone have, so there are tables for like ingredients or like plants and things like that, but does anyone have an idea of like what fun ingredients they think they're getting at this location with the rabbits and the god and the fire?
I feel like Phoenix moss would be like make sense with the fire and all that stuff, or flameberry.
Ooh, yeah.
It's not on here, but I think never mind. I was gonna say a ray of sunshine, but I was like, that's the opposite of what a plant needs to go back to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe
Catnip.
you do something with the sunshine. Oh, catnip, yeah. Maybe you transform the sunshine in some way.
It becomes a nightlight for the plants.
Yeah.
Aww. Oh, that's cute.
Oh, that is really cute.
That is really cute.
I mean, I think I'm looking for like marshmallow root and mullein, but that's me thinking about actually what helps.
Yeah, you're looking.
But you know what? Because I really like the idea that this is where the Easter Bunny like sheds his family friendly appearance and becomes like a deranged hare. I think that's a really fun idea. I think it's like stale marshmallow peeps that like grow
Oh,
underground. So that's what
Mhm.
I get to sweeten the mullein root, or the mullein tea.
that's incredible. I think there's one on here called fairy bells, which is just a real type of flower. But I think in this version, because I'm making the potion that makes you tiny. I think that the way that the fairy bells grow is the like flowers. The fairy bells. If I'm thinking of the right plant, like are like a kind of like a little like stem that kind of like bends down that has like a row of like the blossoms that look like little bells. And I think this one, it's a pretty big plant and it starts off with like the bells being pretty big, but they get smaller and smaller, and it's not because they're not opened yet, they just grow smaller and smaller, so that like kind of replicates what it looks like when someone takes this potion as they start off at that size and then get like tiny. So I think, yeah, it's just like harvesting some of the flowers from that to put in my potion. Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna grab I think there's some sleeping rabbits who have just been tired out from partying. And I think they're sleeping in like a ray of sun, and there's kind of like that dust that's kind of like over them. And I grab some of the like sleeping dust, and it's like nice and like cozy feeling, that idea of just like wanting to curl up and like have a nap.
That's cute.
Oh,
That's really cute. And I think then we're on to our next location. Who wants to roll the dice for this one?
sure.
Excellent.
All right.
I'll do it. Go to what it says for location.
It's on
Okay.
page 13, I think, but I also have it open if you
Yeah.
want me to interpret it.
All right. Unfortunately, no ingredients. I
Dang.
got one.
No.
Oh no. Oh no. There's a serious problem. I got a one.
No!
And neutral conditions for the
Okay, so
third
we don't
guy.
get any bonuses. Dang.
No more rolling for me. Good night, everyone.
Incredible. So we get to this next location. there's nothing here. There's only a serious problem.
There's only death.
Only death to be found. We can
Well, that's your
flee.
thing. You love that stuff.
We can flee locations, but they still count towards our total for the day. So let me see. Let me go down to the serious problems table to let us know what we see. I know you just said you don't want to roll anymore, but Ava, do you want to roll to see what the serious problem is?
Yeah.
2d6 and tell me what they are.
I don't like it here.
2 and 4. So I guess
Okay,
24.
24 is a rock slide. So I feel like it makes sense for us to run.
Yeah.
There's no ingredients here.
Yep.
Kitty, is your witch still leading the way, do you think?
I think if there is a rock slide that we're trying to escape from, then I like shake my pestle and turn it into a flying apparatus, and I'm like, oh god,
Ooh.
not to like fly away, but just to like not be on the ground.
Yeah.
And I think I can probably sweep up at least one of you. I don't know if you're still in my pocket, actually.
I think
Have you left?
have you kicked me out? Have you
I
noticed
don't know
I'm
that
there?
I've noticed you yet. I think I'm very like I don't see super well. And I think I have a fox familiar, Rory, who sniffs out the ingredients for me. So I think I just like pat you on the head thinking that you're Rory because of the fox ears. And I'm like, "There, good job, Rory." And you like, end up back in my pocket. So you're probably in my pocket.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think then maybe what happened is at our last location, because I had to get out of your pocket at some point to get potion ingredients.
Yeah.
So I think I like got out, was getting ingredients, and then I came back over to just like hang out with everybody. You thought I was Rory, put me in your pocket.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "This is
Oh, how'd you get over there?
that's fine."
Where's actual Rory?
Yeah, that's a good
I
question.
think actual Rory is probably okay, so if I get onto my my flying I forget, the mortar, the pestle is the bull, right? And the mortar is the stick, or is it the other way around?
I think it's the other way around.
I think it's the other way around. I think it's the pestle is the. So if I'm on the pestle, I think Rory is like, I don't know. There's like a maybe a loop or something for the mortar to, and like that's where Rory tends to be. Is he'll just curl up in there, so he'll have his little paws out. So there's sort of like an attachment so that it's all one unit.
Yeah. I think
It's like a motorcycle with
the.
the passenger cart.
I think my guinea pig is probably next to Rory then to explain where.
And Rory is like looking like so like, oh, I want to eat you so bad, but I know I can't. I know I shouldn't.
I also forgot to say this, but my guinea pig is named Banani.
Banani.
So, yeah, so Annie and Banani. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm hitching a ride with you as this like rock slide is coming down. Like I imagine it's like we're like walking past, and maybe this is like a quarry or something that we're like maybe we could find like some minerals or salts that we need. And the rock slide begins, and we have to get out of here. How are the other two of you escaping?
I think I noticed a little early because my toad familiar toad does like a big like croak, and I think he's normally like asleep. He's a big sleeper boy, and so when he croaks, I'm like, what and I think I'm towards the back of the line, so I just kind of like turn and like not run, I don't think, kind of like, yeah, kind of penguin over to it.
Shuffle quickly.
I shuffle over. I shuffle back. I'm just an old troll. I shuffle back, and I'm able to get out of the way.
I think for Nala, a lot of her transportation is water. So I think what is going to end up happening is she notices the rock slide, and one of her Capricorns. I'm going to just continue with the bit, and this one, his name is Virgo. Virgo tends to be one of the Capricorns that is mostly out of the water, and so she makes eye contact with Virgo. Virgo ends up like kicking some rocks to the side, and there's like a nice little pool. So she dips into the pool, and then she like travels in like the underground waterways to the next location to meet with people.
See you later.
That feels right. It feels like we would all sort of be like, yeah, I'll see you at the next one.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. I realized I forgot, which it didn't matter because there were no potion ingredients. But before our next location, we do need to decide what potion we're looking for ingredients for. So I think I'm gonna look for my cold resistance potion, since that's my best seller at this next location.
I'm gonna look for death. I was inspired by us almost dying.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's causing dreams.
Yeah.
I think I was also inspired, and I'm gonna look for the stone skin ingredients.
Smart. Mila, do you want to roll for
Yeah.
our potentially final location?
Yes.
It really sounds like you're like breaking, like something wrong is happening.
Just throwing a plate against the wall.
Okay. My fortune says I got a 5, a 1, and a 2.
Okay, so 5. All the ingredients are present, so we'll be able. If we succeed, we'll be able to get. We'll be able to get our stuff. The second, you said a 2 is a serious problem. And then what was the third dice?
It was a 2.
So unfavorable conditions. So we'll have a -1 to our first die for any problem-solving rolls at this third location. So let's roll to see what the serious problem is. So Mila, do you want to roll me 2d6 and tell me what you get?
Yes.
Oh, these are bad.
Yes. I got a 1 and a 6.
16. Oh, this is the one I didn't want it to be.
Oh.
Oh no, he has friends.
A murderous experienced adventuring party, which I do think is the solo troll hunter's friends. So that's not the best.
I told you you should have let me eat him.
Well, you'll get your chance now.
I'll roll
I do
for
find it
looking
funny
at
that it was Mila who had the guy suspicious of the trolls, and then once again it was Mila that invited him back.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Our unfavorable conditions are that we touched poison ivy. I just rolled for that.
Oh.
So we're itchy.
Okay.
And then I'll roll for the vegetation and the other stuff real quick too. 23 willow trees here at this part of the
Ooh.
swamp. 32. I'm getting a lot of 30s. 32. An old watchtower. Oh, we've got some swamp ambiance going.
Ooh.
And then oddities. Another. I've rolled so many 3s. 34. Plants die when you approach, but come back to life when you walk away. So it's like as you walk, like the things wilt around you. That's really cool. Okay, so there's a watchtower, there's an experienced adventuring party, there's this weird thing where we're walking and the plants are dying and coming back around us. We just escaped from a from a rock slide.
I'm doing that thing where you like lean over and you've got your hands on your upper thighs and you're just like, whoo.
Yep.
And then I think for serious problems, I think we need to get 6 successes.
Oh no.
6.
I think
Oh,
so.
goodness.
Yeah, 6 successes. Failure
All right,
at an
everyone,
action.
roll well.
roll well, everyone. It's in your power. Failure at an action causes that troll witch to take a botherance, enough of which will force that troll witch to go home to relax for the remainder of the day. And serious problems cause 4 botherances, so we can only fail 3 times before we have to go home. That's individual. We keep track of our botherances separately, but then side effects, or not side effects, sorry, unfavorable conditions will get a -1 to the first die, which determines the success or failure. So first we have to talk. The problem solving is always talking, doing, and then fighting. Who wants to talk first?
I mean, I'm bad at talking, so I feel like if you have me talk, I'm going to be our first failure for sure.
I'll try. I'll try. So the plan I have in my mind, we should totally trick these guys to get into a ley line that sends them to Cairo. Random location. So I think she's going to try and lull them into like a relaxation, like try to like relaxation or magic. And so she's just gonna, travelers, you look so tired. Why don't you come into this pool and relax? Take a load off. Take your armor off. Everything will be fine. You're muted.
Is it working? Do
Are
you think it's
rolling?
working?
Are you rolling relaxation or magic?
I think magic. That's my high one.
Okay.
Okay. That was a 5. That's a 6. And that is a 4.
Okay. So even with a -1, a 5 is still a success. So that's one of the successes we need. You got a positive side effect, and then a 4 for your flavor for magic. So what does this look like as you cast this relaxing magic?
She warms up the pool to create like a steam effect. And the steam is like wispy motions, like kind of like in like anime cartoons where like a ghostly hand just like does the curl of fingers, like come hither, come hither.
Ooh, I love
And,
that.
and so those who are able to be lured, they get like picked up and floated to the pool. Maybe some are resisting a little bit, but it's like it's swirling around them.
That's cool. Who wants to try to do something talking next? I think also if this is not in the rules, but I think just because we are playing like multiple people, I think if anybody wants to forego a talking round, like we don't all have to think of something to do. So if everyone's like, let's move on to doing, I think we can do that.
Yeah, I think I'm a doer.
Mila, do you have any talking that you want to do, or should we move on to doing?
I think I'm also more of a doer, so I will also.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might have a talking thing.
I
I do
mean,
have determination.
Yeah, you're small and cute.
Yeah.
You going.
I'll try to talk, I think, before we move on to doing. Because determination is my highest skill, but personality is also pretty good for me. I think. Yeah, okay, personality. I think so one of my ideas for Annie is like I think it's in Peter Pan that J.M. Barrie describes fairies as being so small they can only experience like one emotion at a time, and they feel it like so powerfully. And Annie is very prone to feeling left out. So I think she sees like this, which she should know is bad. Like she understands what's happening. But the magic almost kind of works on me with this relaxation. So I think even though you're kind of luring people to their death, I think Annie like kind of gets swept up in it and is like, oh, it'd be so nice to relax. We just ran away from that landslide, and even though I didn't have to run, I was just in someone's pocket. I was getting banged up a lot. Just slamming into like the mortar and pestle. So I think I'm going to use personality to like kind of almost like get into the water first to be like, oh, this is so nice. And, like, I think I'm like trying to convince them that the water really is very nice. So personality, I get a +2 to my first roll, so it evens out to just be a oh, and we have a favorable side effect, right? From your roll,
That
Ava?
thing. Oh, let's see. How chaos? It's chaos. Wait, well, how favorable?
Wasn't there? Didn't you get for side effects? You got a positive side effect for the second dice. Am I remembering incorrectly?
I got a 6, so yeah.
Okay, so side effects affects the next roll made to solve the current problem. So I'll get another +1. What side effect do you think that your roll had that's like favorable to us? There's not a table for it, I don't think.
Oh, I think you are so relaxed. Oh, actually, no. Here's what it's going to be. The Capricorns are Nala's helpers, and to make sure that the like people that she likes doesn't accidentally get swept up by the ley lines, they are the ones that will drag people into the actual ley line portion. So
Okay,
there
cool.
is a Capricorn that sees Annie goes in. It's like, oh, that's one of her coven members. We'll name that one Aries, and it will make sure to hold on to you to make sure you don't get sucked in.
Okay, cool. I love that. So yeah, I've got like by my scruff, this goat is grabbing me to keep me from getting sucked in. Okay. Oh shoot, did I fail? No, I succeeded because I get a +2 total. So I got a 5. And then there's another positive side effect because I got a 6.
Nice.
And then I got a 3 for flavor. So what is the flavor for personality? Friendliness. So yeah, I just kind of like get carried away in this little steamy kind of like gust that like is like, oh, this water's so relaxing, and I'm like the first one in. I'm kind of floating, but also I'm really only floating because I'm being held by the Capricorn. And I think some people start to see that like some of the like mud that's like kind of under my fur that almost looks like skin on me like starts to kind of come away as I'm in the water, and you can see like Annie's like crocheted like I'm like kind of made of like wool and things like that, so I'm really getting very soggy in this water, but it feels so relaxing. And that's another success. So I think as this adventuring party is getting tumbled into the water, they're kind of like, maybe this is fine. And I'm like kind of like, you know, giving like, I think one of them like gets in the water, and I'm kind of like because I'm being so friendly, I'm getting so carried away by all of this, I'm like kind of like giving them like taking out little trinkets of like little hotel bar soaps that I have, and like little things to be like, here, or like a little tiny bath bombs. Just kind of trying to make it more relaxing. So that's my success. Does anybody want to do a doing action? I think we need 4 more successes.
Yes.
Right? It's 6 total.
Mhm.
And the positive side effect is the water smells very nice. There's, I think, some lavender, some like rosemary, some oils and
Ooh.
things that are in this. I think there's like even some kind of more gourmand scents because I really like sweets. So there's like a little bit of like a sugary spice scent, like of all these like bath bombs and soaps and things that I'm putting in the water.
I think what I want to do is to try and let the forest take any like armor or weaponry that they have doffed to get in the
Yeah.
water.
Cool.
So I would
Yeah.
like thump my pestle into the ground to like command the earth to just sort of suck it up.
Amazing. What skill are you using for this?
I think that's a magic
Yeah. Makes sense.
skill. I mean, I could also see it being craftiness, but I think magic is fine. I'm a little bit better at magic.
That makes sense.
But I look grumpy because what I want to do is I want to whack them. Because these young whippersnappers being in the swamp, making things difficult is unacceptable to me. Okay, so we got a 4 on the first die.
Okay.
Oh wait, but then it's so
minus
it's
1, but then it's +2 because Ava and I both got positive side effects.
so then it would be 5.
Yeah.
And then I got a 4 on the second die, and I got a 5 on the third die.
Okay, so it's a success, no side effect, and with a high. What is the flavor for my with high chaos?
High chaos.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
What does this look like?
So then I think what this looks like is that when the ground, like the ground sort of gently, quietly, and then louder and louder begins to rumble as it's like sucking all of their stuff basically into the ground, but it's also making it into a bit of a bowl, which would make it harder for them to scramble out.
Oh, cool. That's very cool.
Sort of making it into a funnel.
I like it. I want to add to this. So I'd like to roll for doing. Specifically, I want to use craftiness and not to talk to them, but I want to get a gator friend to arrive. And really make them want to run naked through the swamp. Famously, good idea.
Amazing. So you get an overall +2 to this from the circumstances, and then depending on what ability you roll. What did you already say?
I said craftiness, which is my high control.
Cool.
So I'm going to have the 5 be first. Wait, what is the first roll again? Sorry.
Is whether it succeeds or fails.
Okay. Oh, whether it succeeds or fails. Okay, and then it's +2?
Yes.
Is it -1 +2, or is it just
+2
-1
total?
+3?
Oh,
okay.
Wait, it's -1 +2, so it's just +1.
Okay, and a success. What number is the success?
A 4. A 4 and up is a success.
Dang. Okay. Alrighty. In that case, I'm gonna do on the die 5, which would make it a 6.
Okay.
And then the with the -1 +2, my other 2 die are 3s.
Oh, so the pluses.
Oh yes, it's just for the first one.
Yes, only the first dice.
Okay, cool. In that case, just 2.
Okay. So there's a negative side effect. So success, negative side effect, and low flavor, which is harebrainedness. So it is a success, which is what we need. We're now at 4 out of 6 successes. We only need 2 more. But there is a complication. I should write those down too. What is the complication as you send these people, some of them at least, running? I think some of them are probably in the water getting pulled down by the Capricorn. Some of the adventuring party are being chased by an alligator through the woods. Yeah.
I think the complication is that they are running towards us.
Okay.
They are coming towards us, the trolls, which we don't want.
Yes. Oh, and then actually, hang on. I need to... I think the higher the problem, the worse it is when there's a negative side effect. Which I think I forgot, but this is our first negative side effect. So let me check. Oh, no, it doesn't affect the side effects. Okay, so that's just still a flat -1. So we've got 2 positive and 1 negative side effect. So we've got fragrant, water, friendly Capricorns. But then we've also got a -1 for bad guys heading right to us. So right now our
No, wrong way.
The other way, the alligators are just the other way. So right now it's a wash basically for our first dice roll, because we also touched poison ivy at some point. So we've got 2 -1s and 2 +1s. Okay, I think actually we're at an hour and a half, which is usually when I take a break. So I think this is a good time to take our break. And then we'll come back and see whether we succeed at this. So far, no botherances, I don't think. We haven't got any failures. So we're doing pretty good. But yeah, we'll be gone for like 15 minutes. So while we're on break, get a drink, get a snack. You can also check out all the links for the players that will be in chat, and also check out the link for this game, which is very fun, and we're having a great time playing it. So yeah, we'll see you all in chat in like 10, 15 minutes. Bye. Felicitations, adventurers. We are back with the second half of Swamp Troll, which is by Luke Simonds. We are right in the middle of a serious problem. Some of us have talked, some of us have done, some of us are about to do. I really quick want to shout out a couple of followers and things like that while we're coming back from break. So thanks again, Tales Archived, for the raid. Appreciate it. And then Baskerhound13, Tales Archived, and Roger Twee. Thank you for the follows. And then we did have Melanie with some redeems while we were on break of the Eerie Blooms and Let's Get Messy. Just as a reminder, people can do that. You can use channel points to have little weird flowers appear on the overlay and have some swamp ambiance, all those sorts of things. But let's get back into it. So we are fighting. Well, we're not fighting yet. And some mud just got slung at the screen. We are trying to handle the situation of this adventuring party that is trying to kill us. I think so far, Nessa and Pete have done doing actions, which means that Annie and Nala can still do doing actions if we have something we want to do. Nala, did you have something that you wanted to do?
Yeah, we can do a magic to make the steam, like make more of the steam to make it more like a fog.
Ooh.
So they end up just getting tripped around. They either end up in the pit, they wander into the mouth of the gator, or they end up in the ley lines and they go to Cairo.
Cool. So this is a flat roll plus whatever bonuses you have for magic, because we have one negative condition of touched poison ivy, we have this fragrant water and these friendly Capricorns, but we also have bad guys headed right to us. And while you're rolling, I need to grab my cape because Ethan redeemed cape time.
I came prepared for cape time. While Taylor's grabbing cape, I will demonstrate cape. I have troll horns,
cape. I have a,
but also
I have a shawl. Nice.
I don't have a cape. That would be a future investment.
Pockets.
Pockets.
I got this when I was in Salem, Massachusetts.
Ah.
And I love it, but I don't wear it as much here as I'd like to.
Oh, I should have put my headphones on first.
Real cloak issues.
All right, there we go.
Funny story. I used to genuinely wear a cape, a wool cape, as my winter coat.
Yep.
And one of the things I loved about it was that I could put the hood over my head and just sleep during class.
Yep.
And no one would disturb me because they were like, who is this person? And why is she wearing a cape? And that was enough to get them to leave me alone.
I'd love a winter cape.
Oh, it's so good.
I'll have to put on my list.
All right. So good news, everyone. I got all 6s.
Whoa!
Woo!
Yes,
Wow,
thank you.
All right. So that is
We
another
need this.
success. Oops, we only need one more. And we get another positive effect. And then also used magic. So this is very chaotic. What happens? Tell us what happens.
She still has control of the vapors of it, but the vapors and the hi Val, the vapors and the the strength behind like the tugging of the ghostly hands and the strength of the fog gets more out of control. So people are being yanked in different directions. They're tripping all over themselves. They're bumping into each other. And it's like, in the way that it is, it's like it's not all like it's not spreading throughout the entire swamp. It's like just a bubble of just fog and just like like this one location.
Cool. What is the positive side effect that we all get to benefit from?
Man, I wish there was a chart. Oh, favorable conditions. I can
Yeah,
take inspiration from
you could
those.
just do one of those if you want to.
The favorable condition is if we succeed in getting these people out of here, we get a bonus item to help contribute to our last potion.
Nice, I love that. Also, I meant to say this before you rolled, but we can use our resources to give us +1, or give other people +1s if we can think of how the resource fits in.
Yeah,
totally
I want to
forgot about
help
that.
other people.
Yeah. And then also Val, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Appreciate it and appreciate you. Okay, I think I have a doing action.
Feel free to use the Capricorn to help you in what you need to do because you have a Capricorn friend now.
I do have a Capricorn friend who's keeping me from sinking into the depths. Kitty, what are you laughing about?
I'm gonna wait until the next round.
Okay.
But I want to go first the next round.
Okay. Well, actually, then we only need one more success, so I will cede my doing action so that you can do whatever you're excited about, because I'm more interested in that.
So thinking about what I have as my resources, I have a cloak, which seems very thematic for Cape time.
It is Cape time.
So I'm going to. You just see Nessa sort of go, huh, and then she like puts her hood up on her cloak, kind of fades off into the fog, and her other resource is a brick, and she just bricks one of these guys. I think she bricks the first adventurer, the one that she wanted back in the beginning.
Yeah.
So what her goal is this little old lady sort of puts her hood on, disappears into the night, comes out of nowhere, and just tries to brick this guy.
Amazing.
Incredible, actually.
So you get a +1 overall from conditions and things. And then you're using your high control skill, right? So you get to choose which.
Oh yeah, this is brute force.
Yeah. And then you get 2 +1s from your cloak and your brick.
Amazing. Okay. So let's see. I got 6, a 3, and a 5. I think just trying to remind myself. I think I want. Oh wait, that's the Oracle one. I was trying to. I want to figure out which order I want to put these in.
If you put the 3 in the first one because you get +3 to it, it would become a 6.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that.
Cool.
And then it doesn't actually matter for the other two.
I think right.
So
yeah,
we'll do that.
It was a 5 and a 6. Cool. Okay.
So it'll be 665.
665.
The neighbor of the beast.
Neighbor.
665. The neighbor of the beast.
Honestly, that would be such a great sitcom.
Oh, it would be. Oh.
TM. Nobody in chat can take our sitcom idea. Okay, so it's the final success that we needed. Just pure brute force.
So since there is a success, I think this at least this one adventurer just sort of gets knocked out and just dragged into the mist. And you don't know what's happened to him, but when she reappears, she looks very smug and like the pout the pouch by her side is like filled and dripping a little bit, and that's all you know.
Incredible. Ava, what happens to the people who fell into or were drawn into the pool?
They are dragged down by the other Capricorns that deem them unworthy of safety. And as they get dragged further and further down, they feel hot and dry and just sticky.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, there's no water around them. It's just sand. Sand from miles and miles away. And they see pyramids in the distance. They're now in Egypt.
Amazing. And I think, I like am kind of like in the pool, and I think the Capricorn who is helping me, named Aries, pulls me out of the water. I now look like a sopping wet little crochet Muppet kind of creature. I think the hair and the mud that was kind of stopping the crochet from showing through is now just kind of wet down and like washed off. I look very different.
I have to do this because it just calls for it. Nala's gonna go up to Annie and just gets down on Annie's level and just says, "Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? You look so sad, child."
I think I do look a little sad, yeah. Incredible. I think I kind
Need to
of
be
like...
ringed out.
I know you were just motioning that, but I think you do just pick me up and ring me out.
We can take you back.
I do that old person thing of like, I ask you, but I'm already beginning to do it. Like,
we could go back to the rabbits and we can hang you by the fire so you can be warmed and toasty, but not too much that you catch the fire.
No, I think I am okay. That water was really nice. I haven't had a bath in forever. Yeah,
it shows.
Well, I was really looking forward to peeling all that mud off, but I do feel more flexible now. I just start doing like jumping jacks and little like just like this for some reason. Now that I'm not caked in mud.
I am just a little bit away, and I'm pulling things. Like, I have this like jar that I open up, and I just kind of toss like a cookie looking thing to the crocodile that came and helped, and he's just kind of like and then I send him on his way, and then I come over just like, what could have gone better, and it could have gone worse.
I mean, it turned out pretty well for me. I pat my sopping pouch.
I am not going to question what it is in your pouch as long as I'm able to get ingredients for this.
Yeah, never ask. No, don't want to ask for a woman's secrets.
I know your secrets.
Well, we don't like to talk about that. That's why you moved to the cave.
Yeah. Well, I got my stone scone.
Stone scone.
Yeah. What do you call it? What's that thing that humans have? Skin. My stone skin potion ingredients. So we can go whenever. Really.
Oh, good. And in honor of truly what could possibly be in Nessa's pouch, I have the ingredients for death.
Oh yeah, there's extra if you need anything. I got a little smorgasbord of different bits.
Well, I still need to run around. I was just kind of in the water. I didn't get any of my ingredients. Hang on! And I just like start zipping around like I'm so fast.
I'll send Rory to help you.
No,
Rory thinks like you're part of the pack.
Yeah. I think I'm running, but it is that thing where like Muppets kind of look like they're being thrown sometimes when they're being puppeted to like get somewhere fast. So I'm just kind of yeah, flying into screen. There was something else I was gonna say, and I don't remember what it was. Yeah, I don't remember. It's gone now. So, yeah, what ingredients are people getting at this location? I think, if I remember correctly, it was a little while ago, but we have all the ingredients we need for specific things. So some of you have already said, Nessa has the bag of whatever it is. Are there any other things that people want to describe?
I get stones, and I get skin.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Oh, do you want him peeled? I could peel him.
Yeah,
My goodness.
that would be great, actually. I'm just gonna
I
look
like
over
whip
this
out a
way.
knife, just start sharpening it.
I get some like poisonous flowers, but then also some Queen of the Swamp, which is just the name of this one particular pool. But she gets with the bonus that I was able to roll, she got just enough to be additional for her last potion.
Nice. I'm gonna say what I got, but first I'd be remiss if I didn't say, Ethan, thank you so much for the gifted subs, the 5 gifted subs. That's so nice of you. Thanks, Vox
Yay.
Enormous, aka my friend Ethan.
Merry Christmas.
Who says Merry Christmas? Thank you, Ethan. Okay. I think I get there's one of the things on here is summer mint, which I think would be good for colds. So I think I get some summer mint, some flameberry, and some muckweed. The muckweed, I think, for the potion, for the cold repellent potion, it just tastes bad. So it's like that. It doesn't actually do anything, but it's like, well, it's like a placebo. People feel like a potion is more effective if it tastes a little bit bad. So that's what I get. And then so do we want to go to
Nessa's potion is not weed, hollow grass, and a bit of brain. Just a bit.
I thought you were just saying not weed. Like, my potion is not weed.
Not weed. It is not weed.
It's not
It
just
is weed.
marijuana.
I mean, that would help you forget too, to be fair.
Officer, my potion is not weed.
The brains are to hide the flavor.
The weed. So I think it makes that we can technically go to another location, but we all have things for 2 potions. So I feel like it makes sense to do although we don't need to relax actually, but I kind of want to.
Yeah.
So
I feel stressed.
Yeah, we don't have any mechanically we didn't get any botherances, I don't think. We only got successes. But it's still nice to relax. So the next part would be we make our potions is the next phase. So we get back from our adventures. In the potion making phase, the troll witches attempt to brew potions with the ingredients collected during exploration and problem solving. Determine how many potions the troll witches can make based on how many ingredients have been successfully collected, and roll once for each potion. To brew a potion, roll 3d6 and modify the roll based on the troll witch's craftiness skill proficiency. So we'll all use the same thing for this. So we each, I think, have enough to make 2 types of potions. We might make more than 1 of each type. And then we record the record the type, number, and potency of potions created during this phase for use during the night market phase. The potency determines the value of the potions when they are sold at the night market. So I think we all have separate huts, but I think it's fun if maybe, do you think we make our potions together in like a central location?
I mean, I've got my portable stuff, so I can do it anywhere.
I can be in all of your homes, so it's fine with me.
And don't I know it?
Yeah.
And I can too.
He's the only one I can keep out anymore.
Oh no, I just haven't tried.
I love that.
One of the ley lines is attached to a cauldron in Nessa's home. So she just crawls out of it. It's like,
Oh my god, like the ring.
Oh, terrifying. I have by like the pond in the cave, I have a little like bell that you can like ring when you like arrive to let me know that you're on your way, and I put tea on. I'm very weirdly welcoming.
That's why we didn't get along when we lived together.
Yeah.
I was inviting people
Yeah,
over.
exactly. Stop
I-
inviting them.
I think I have this idea that maybe everyone used to make their potions separately, but Annie, I think, was like, no, we're a coven. We should make our potions all together. So I think just set up like on top of the hill mountain. So on top of Pete's house, basically. Like a potion making area, like an open air, like potion thing. So there's like a big I think maybe probably a couple cauldrons. There's one big one in the center. And some other things for preparing potions. So I'm like, let's go to the potion place. I need to think of a better name for it. So feel free to help me, fellow coven. I ride off on my guinea pig towards
If
the
we don't-
potion place.
If we don't help Annie, we know she's gonna blow herself up. Last time it took forever to knit her back together again. So
Yeah.
we should probably go. I don't like it. I like doing my stuff by myself, but there's a stump there that's fine, so we can go there.
Do you really think the stump is fine? Do you mean it?
It'll do. It'll do.
It's a perfectly fine stump.
Wow, I can't believe everyone thinks my stump is fine. That's all I could have ever wanted.
It's gone to her head already.
My head is getting bigger.
Yeah.
Physically. All right. Let's brew our potions, I think. I don't think this is in the rules, but I think we can do it because we haven't used items that much. If people want to use an item for the first die for this, I'd say let's do it. So I'm gonna roll. This is for the cold repellent potion. I got a 5, a 6, and a 2. So it is a success. I think I'm using I thought this and then didn't say that loud. But I think I have my little jar of buttons. And I'm just kind of like brewing the potion, like putting the ingredients in, and then like kind of sifting through the buttons to pick one that I think is perfect and dropping it into the potion. So like all of my potions always have like a little button floating in them. And that's my signature move. So I have a success. I made 6 potions, and the potions are potency of 2 for my first one. Let me write that down. 6, potency of 2. What about all of your potions?
I think I'm going to start with my forgetfulness potion because I got to get the brains when they're fresh.
Mhm.
So I sort of drop that in and froth it up with the knotweed, and then I let it seep it with the hollow grass, kind of like a lemongrass, if you will, sort of letting it simmer, get the flavor, and then you strain the hollow grass out. And I'm using my mortar and pestle to like grind the knotweed into the brains to make a paste before I add some water and delicious. So I rolled a 4, a 3, and a 3.
Okay, that is a success. You made 3 potions and they're a 3 potency.
Yes.
And that was your forgetfulness. So
Yeah.
let's see. 3 potency, 3. All right. Who's next?
We'll
I'll.
make...
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
No, go ahead.
We'll do the... Let's get the death one out of the way. That should be fine. So I rolled a 3, so this is unsuccess for the first die. 2 potions were created from the second die, and it's a potency of 6.
Ooh.
So that's some good death.
That will kill you.
I mean, you kind of want it to be the most potent.
Guaranteed, you will not wake up.
You said you made 2 of them that were potency 6?
Yes.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what about Pete?
Okay. Pete is going to make their favorite potion first. That is the plant sleeping one. And Pete got a 6. So it's a success. They made 3,
Mhm.
but it's only a 1 potency.
Not very potent.
Not at all.
Okay. I'll do my tiny size potion next. What other, let me see, what are my other resources that I have? Oh, perfect. I forgot that one of my resources. It's so funny when you make a character because then you kind of like, you don't always, like you make things up and then you don't always actually use that thing. So I had this whole thing where it's like, oh, like Annie likes very sweet things, very sour things, and very salty things. She likes things with like very strong flavor. And so I gave myself as a resource chocolate chips. So I'm definitely gonna put some chocolate chips in my favorite potion. Okay. Ooh, nice. And that's 6. And then I make 5 of them with a potency of 6. So that was a pretty good roll for my favorite set of potions. Yeah, this is like very the vibe of when you're a kid, when you make potions or soups where you're just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna get some dish soap and some mustard, and like that's what these look like. It's just kind of like all of my favorite things. Yeah. All my
Your
favorite
parents
things.
are like, don't drink that.
But I'm sure I've said this on stream before, but when I was a kid I used to make visitor soup. Which was that I would put like mustard and ketchup and sesame seed sticks and like all the stuff together, but it was only for visitors, so I didn't drink it or eat it. It was just for people visiting.
That is so funny. Oh.
But yeah, I think the way that Annie's potion making work for this specific potion, because that's her favorite potion, she feels like it's such a blessing to be little like her, like so tiny, and like you can see the world in such a different way. So the way that this potion works for her is she just puts all her favorite things in it because being small is her favorite feeling. So it's like that's how this works. So I'm just kind of like running around and like getting all my little things out of my bags, and then at the very end I like sprinkle in a handful of buttons and some chocolate chips. And make a potion that makes people tiny.
I don't know why, but this reminds me so much of Worlds Beyond Number, where they're like, we're all in one Ghibli movie, and then you're in a totally different one. And I feel that a lot here.
Yeah, I'm the newest member of the Coven. I'm kind of bringing something a little different to the vibe.
Weird.
Something a little weird in a different way.
Nice.
Yeah, what are the rest of you doing for potions?
My next one is going to be the stone skin.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, oh, come on. All right.
Wait, can I help if I
Oh.
see that Pete's having some issues with their potion?
So I got a. Oh wait, I can use my craftiness, which means
Oh,
I can
I
change
forgot
this
we were using
around.
craftiness.
So I'm
Does that affect anything?
gonna switch this around. So I'm gonna get. So I got a 4, 6, and a 1. I'm gonna use the 4 for my first one, so it is a success. I'm gonna use the 1 for how many potions created, and I'm gonna use the 6 for potency.
Nice. I forgot we were using craftiness, but my craftiness is a +1, so that's nothing would have been different. Thank goodness.
Mine is a -2, so maybe I need assistance for that.
Yes.
What resources do I have?
Well, I think you have to just not get a 1 or a 2, right?
And I got a 3, but I don't know how that the -2 impacts it.
Oh,
For
right.
yeah, it's gonna be it'll be a 1. So let's see what I can do.
Was that the death one?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
I
well
want
then
that one to
I'll
do
help
good.
you instead.
Okay.
I'll scrape off the remnants of this guy from the brick and add that to your
Yeah.
potion and be like, there you go. Gotta get some fresh death in there.
And
I'm
I'll-
also gonna. Oh yes, you go.
I was just gonna say I can give you some chocolate chips.
Oh, thank you. I'll also use my resources. I'll use the fishing net to bring in some like decayed fish bones and like fish guts and whatnot from the swamp that's on fire. Just to add that in there.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that's good enough.
That'll do.
Oops.
All right. And so then for the health potion, I got a 5. So not -2, that makes it 3. So that's a success still. A 6 on the second die, so I had 6 health potions with a potency of 4.
Nice.
It won't cure the bubonic plague, but it will help with a very intense fever
Yeah.
and chickenpox.
Yeah.
So my next one I would need help with. It's curing coughing.
Mm.
Okay.
But I got a 1 on the making of the potion. So I think I have a coughing fit as I'm trying to make this.
Oh no.
I do get a +1. So if
So you just
somebody
need-
wants to give me a little bit of help, maybe I'm like I thought I had the ingredient right here. And I'm like feeling around. I don't want to get off the stump.
We'll summon a Capricorn familiar, and let's say this is what for the season. Its name is Sagittarius. And we'll just scrape some horn off of them and put it into the potion itself. So there you go. Capricorns are hardy creatures, so that will help with that.
Excellent. That'll be great. All right, so I got 3 of these, and it's a 6 potency, so it's really good
Nice.
anti-coughing.
Amazing.
NyQuil.
I made NyQuil. Oops, I keep accidentally moving these around. I think that's everyone's 2 potions. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, relaxing. Like I said, we don't technically need to relax, but I think it would be fun. Because we can, In the relaxation phase, the troll witches relax to unwind from the day and recover from their botherances. Each troll witch rolls once to determine the quality, duration, and coziness of their relaxation on a scale of 1 to 6. So this one, the 3 dice are quality. The first dice is quality, second duration, and third is coziness. Alternatively, we may choose to make a single roll for all troll witches if we choose to relax together with the same activity. Describe the relaxation however you wish based on the description of the troll witches and the results of the relaxation rolls. So do we want to relax separately or all together? Anyone feel strongly?
I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna go to you guys and be like, "You want to go lie in the forest and let the moss take us?"
Ooh, that sounds really fun. I need some more mud on me.
Will there be water there?
We can do it by water.
Thank you. I'll see you there. It just gets back into the into a cauldron. It's great. The appearance of her getting out of cauldrons is like what's that painting? Truth crawling out of the well to Shan. Very like that vibe of like, ah! But then she just crawls back in.
Yeah.
I think Nessa just sort of glares at Pete and is like, I guess it's been a while, but it's always a struggle to get back up again after doing that kind of thing.
That's my favorite part, is watching you get back up.
Oh, so romantic.
Why did you leave?
We're just an old divorced couple.
Yeah, I think it's surprisingly easy for Annie to become one with the moss. I think at first it's a little bit of a struggle because she's very fidgety. So I think there's like, she's kind of laying there and kind of like is like settling in a little bit, and then like her like nose twitches because like a bug or something lands on her face, and then she like twitches it away. But then she like kind of just relaxes, and it is a bit strange looking because you don't notice how strange it is for a puppet to like, or like something like that to be alive until it's like not moving at all, and then you're like, oh. Is she dead? But I am just relaxing.
I use my staff and just kind of poke you, and
I jump up immediately to my feet. Yes?
I was worried you were dead. Go back to the moss.
No, I wasn't dead. I was just relaxing. Isn't relaxing you just stop pretending you're breathing?
No. Maybe. No. Maybe.
Should I keep pretending I'm breathing?
Oh. You don't have to. You can pretend to not breathe, or you can not breathe.
I don't breathe. I'm just always pretending. Yeah.
Oh. Why are you always pretending?
Oh, all you guys were doing it, so I thought that I should probably at least look like I'm doing it so I could be a part of the group.
We're kind of forced to. I think it would actually add a really cool element if you don't pretend to breathe, because then you're creepier, and I feel like that will like enhance our vibe, you know?
So you're telling me I have something special to bring to the table?
Yeah. Not breathing is certainly special at this table.
I like do like a death drop.
No.
Again, just
It is
I'm
quite
sure she's
helpful. It is quite helpful that you don't breathe. Because of the whole wooliness of your being, you would soak up a lot of water, so you would just sink like a stone.
I was gonna sink if it weren't for your Capricorn.
Yes.
I was gonna go to Cairo.
I think you would like Cairo this time of year.
Yeah. I was kind of excited for
so
it.
lovely.
I got so excited I forgot that I wasn't supposed to be going there, but
I prefer it during the rainy seasons. There's more water around and not the sand, but it's very lovely this time of year too.
I mean, I'm terrible at relaxing, so I think I'm like sitting rigidly, gritting my teeth, and like.
I'm like, oh, come on. Relax a little.
This is relaxing. I'm sitting down.
Oh my god.
I think Nala's level of relaxation is just like plain. So I think it just really depends on how big the body of water is. She does the thing, I don't know how many people have seen Ponyo, but Ponyo's mom and how she just kind of expands in the water. Depending on how much water there is, she expands. So if this is like a small pool, she just still like in regular form. But if it's like the entire swamp, then she's just gigantic.
That's amazing.
It's like, yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Mm.
This is why I moved out.
Ugh. This is terrible. I don't know why you do this. So many things that need to be done. Ugh.
It'll get done. We live for so long. We have the time.
So much time. So much time.
Yeah, well, what's the point if you're not making something of it? I don't understand it.
I am making myself happy.
It is. Consider it what the
Sean.
mortals do. Think of this as like a weekend for us.
Weekends. But back in my day, you sent people to the factories and they worked 26 hours a day and they liked
Yes.
it.
And then the miners put an end to that. And now
I
we don't
think
have to do that.
I think
Now
on
they want
account of
weekends.
everyone dying.
Time off.
Well, yes,
Well,
I think it's because people were just dying by very catastrophic numbers at that point, so they kind of had to curtail that, or they would just lose the entire workforce.
it's as it should be.
Anyway,
Shit or get off the pot is what I always say.
Pete just dissociated.
That's I guess is a union buster. I don't know.
sorry. This
The real
is why I
change
moved
for my
out.
usual characters.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And now it's just doing like the gator, like just eyes above water, just like
Yeah.
kind of just floating around and just pokes out every now and then to talk, and then just goes back down and sinks. Just hunting.
Annie has completely disappeared. The moss has taken her. I think you can't
Nice.
see
Oh,
where she is.
Annie is
It's
so good
nice
at this.
knowing her.
Protege. She's a genius, an artist, if you will. I'm gonna stop talking so I can join her.
So my first die for quality of my relaxation is a 2, and I have a -2.
Oh no!
Which I think makes sense.
Damn, you really can't relax.
Do we want that to count for all of us, or do we want to roll separately
Oh.
for our relaxation?
Separately, please.
Fair.
Yeah, I rolled a 5, a 4, and a 5.
Okay.
I rolled a 6, 5, and a 3.
Nice.
Ooh, nice. I have to remind myself of what my relaxation skill is. I don't think it's very good.
Oh wait, shit! I forgot about that.
-1. I got a 1.
Sorry, I got a 4, a 3, and a 4.
Okay, I got a 1, a 2, and a 4. So the quality is
So
pretty
negatively
poor.
impacted you.
Yeah.
You're just like not
Just-
breathing, not moving.
Yeah,
I'm pacing back and forth, muttering to myself.
Yeah, I think the reason why the quality is so poor for me is because I'm getting like sucked down. And so like when I'm like, okay, maybe I should come back up, I have to like fight my way out. Like I have to like crawl and like dig out of the moss. So the relaxation is kind of undone because it is very cozy for me. But the duration is pretty short and the quality is pretty bad. So I
You were too
come
good
out,
at
I'm
that.
covered in like the moss is kind of like now replaced where the mud was on me, and I just kind of come up and I'm like Even though I don't need to breathe, but I think it would be dramatic.
Yes, that's it.
We need to make you worse at this. Actually, you are so good at it. You're too good.
At what?
At being one with the moss.
Oh, so that doesn't happen to you? You don't get,
No.
kind of buried alive in moss, and then you have to
Gosh, I wish
crawl
I
your way
did.
out.
I wish I did. I've never seen anyone I've never seen such a natural. I am quite frankly blown away. You are a what do they call them? An enigma, a debutante,
Eggplant.
an eggplant. Yeah, just
I guess
incredible.
if I did it perfect first time, then I don't really need to do it again. And next time I want to relax, I can just count my buttons like usual.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
I start sorting and counting my buttons while I wait for everyone else to finish relaxing.
I sink into the swamp and I come back out with a catfish in her mouth. Yeah, food, and then sinks back down.
Rory is so excited.
Yeah, that's our relaxation, I think. So now we can go to the night market. And we get a chance to describe what the night market is like. So, let me see. How far is it from your hut? Is it in a town or village, or does it appear in an otherwise empty location in the night? At the right time? Is it made of established buildings or a maze of colorful tents? What kind of creatures come to buy and sell there? Is it a safe space or the type of market where you have to keep a close eye on your coin purse? What do we think is the night market like?
Because we were talking Studio Ghibli, I'm thinking Spirited Away, where at night it comes alive, and it's like, for us, what I'm envisioning is like rock shapes that look like stalls, and then kind of come to life at certain points.
That's cool.
There's always a ley line, so there's always a way to get there.
That's cool. I think there's a rival coven that has a booth.
Charlotte.
My brain just immediately started to be like, so they're all named after Sex and the City characters, right?
Yeah, okay. So Charlotte, Samantha. What are the other ones named? Miranda?
Miranda and Carrie.
Carrie?
Carrie,
Yes.
Oh, Carrie. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't register that as the name Carrie.
yeah.
Oh,
I was just like, one of them is named like you Carrie.
see,
What a weird name.
you said it, and I didn't think like the verb like to carry. I thought carry else. And so just Sex in the City, and then Robin Hood from Robin Hood Men in Tights. Yeah.
My brain went to Carrie, like the horror movie Carrie. And I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
like,
So none of
yeah,
us.
to the city.
None of us picked up
None of
onto the
us.
right thing
Only
immediately.
Kitty
We're
knows
all
Sex and the
kind of
City.
there.
To be fair to me, I watched Girlfriends growing up and not Sex in the City, so very different vibes.
Yeah, I have not. I think I've only seen one episode ever of Sex and the City.
I've watched a few, but it makes me so angry because there is no way a journalist writing a sex column could afford all of that. There's no way.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Kitty, you aren't incredibly rich?
No.
Huh.
Sounds like
I know. I know.
Maybe you should move to New York City.
Yeah, that would make it better.
Have you
For
tried
sure.
that?
Amazing. Anything else you want to
Yeah,
add
I just got to be a heterosexual. I think would also help.
yeah.
And
Oh
marry
yeah,
rich.
okay.
Yeah.
You have to be
That's it.
weirdly aggro about bi people.
Yeah.
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 That's the
And
main part
like
of the
wearing
scene.
painful high heels. None of these things really work for me. So
Okay, we've got the rival coven. Any other things that are we
Oh
want to
god, you
establish
said
about the
rival. I wrote a rival. Like there's a
Oh.
coven that greets us when we arrive. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
that's also very funny. Like they're super friendly.
Yeah.
Like
We
we
hate
as
them.
our rivals, and they're like, these are our best friends.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it.
That makes me think of like how there used to be like Walmart greeters that would give you stickers.
Yes.
So I think the
Yeah.
rival arrival coven gives everyone stickers when they get to the night market.
Some of the Walmarts here still have them. They're just old people that volunteer. I think. I don't think they're paid. I'm very skeptical they are paid. I might be wrong. They're just always like 89-year-old men. You know?
I think they do get paid. I don't know if we still even have them in the US, but I think they always, or at least at some point, it was one of those jobs where like legally they could pay you less than minimum wage. Like they would have like people with like
Sounds about right.
who are in like job programs or things like that they would have working.
Nessa loves these.
Don't quote me. Yeah, Nessa's
Nessa's
like,
a
I
big fan.
think it should be like this.
Oh yeah, because she's a union buster.
All right. So,
I also think the night market needs a lot of lanterns.
oh yeah. Lots of lanterns. Okay. So we can add more things to this, of course, like we have with everything. But now we are in the potion or the night market phase. So to attempt a sale, you roll 3d6 and modify the roll with your personality skill proficiency. Which I wonder if each dice is supposed to be. I was only taking it as the success or failure, but I wonder if each dice is supposed to be modified. We'll still do it just with the first one because that's what we've been doing. First die is the same success. Second die is there are events that can happen at the night market. And third die is the oddity of payment. So there's some odd payment items on a table as well. So yeah, we each just get to determine what potions we intend to sell and note the quantity and potency of the potions. You can track, if you want to, track success by tracking the value of the potions sold, by multiplying the quantity of the potions in the sale by their potency and record that result as a total value of the sale. Here's what I think we should do to simplify it. I think we should just go on vibes. I don't think we need to have a point amount. If anyone wants to do math, they can. I don't love doing math live on stream. Famously, I've made very simple math mistakes.
I am bisexual. I don't do math. How
I
dare
am
you
also
even-
bisexual, and I also do not do math.
I
Taylor.
went to school for writing.
And I it's not. I'm invoking the Fifth Amendment. Okay. So yeah, I'll just roll. I guess I'll just roll. I'll start us off with seeing how my potion selling goes. So I will sell. Let's sell the potion I'm probably most excited to sell is my tiny size potion. So I'm gonna try to sell all of them. Which is 5 of them. Oh, actually, I'm gonna sell 4 of them because then it's easier to have if I get a 3 or 4. Okay. And my personality. Oh, it's my high skill. So +2, so that's 5 on the first dice and then 2 4s. So I sell all of my intended potions. There's no event. And the oddity of payment is fairly odd. Fairly odd payment. Let me look at the oddities. Oh no. Night market payments. I'm going to roll to see what it is. And if it's not odd enough, I'll roll again. 22. Uncut gemstones. Not that odd. I'm rolling again. I don't think that's a 4 odd. Ooh, 66. A spell. Okay. I think it's an odd spell. So I'll think about what the spell is while somebody else makes an attempt to sell potions.
Okay. I'll sell potions. Yeet. Okay. So I got a 5 on my first die.
What is your personality ranking?
It is the blah, 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 blah.
Okay, I guess I can also
Control.
do that. Oh,
It's
okay,
the
cool.
control one.
Cool.
Nice.
So you can rearrange these.
Yep. And then a 6 on the second die, and a 5 on the third. I think I'm okay with that arrangement.
Okay. So I think you get a fortunate night market event and an odd payment. So if you roll 2d6, I can tell you what fortunate night market event you get.
All right. Let's see. 62.
A traveling artist asks to paint your portrait.
Me?
That's so perfect. Oh, I guess I should ask, do you think we all sell potions from the same booth, or do you think we have separate booths that we're selling potions from?
I'm going to just say, because I had it in my mind when we were going into the night market, there is a Capricorn set up. This one is Libra, and Nala sells with Libra.
Perfect. Yeah. So you sell, I think, all of your first potion?
Mhm.
And a traveling artist paints your portrait. Does somebody want to play the traveling artist and have a little scene of of their encounter with Nala?
I can do that. You look like this moon on the pond with the ripples just glowing. I have never seen a beauty quite like yours. Please let me paint you.
I have never been painted before.
Oh,
It is
I
quite
find
an
that hard to
honor.
believe. Oh, I will. This will be my finest work. Pulls out an easel, gets a canvas, pulls out the brushes, and just starts painting. I think it ends up being like incredibly abstract. And it's less of a like proper portrait. I think it is like really good, but it is very much like the ocean vibes and more of like what you kind of represent. And it's like art that makes you feel weirdly seen, and it's that like, oh, like ugh. And so it's just this like incredible like abstract like ocean piece.
Hell yeah, I love that.
Thank you. Here, a potion of health for you. May you live long and prosper with your health in mind.
I think I yelled from my booth. That doesn't look like her at all. Here's
Hush!
that artist.
Who she is, not what she is. Do you understand? Or
Where are you
vice versa. Whichever one makes more sense to you. So I will. A gift from you. I don't know that I will ever be able to drink this. I shall cherish it, and I shall think of your beauty. You are my muse.
I'm flattered. Thank you, dear.
I think you might be a human that took a really wrong turn.
He was supposed to be in
Like-
Detroit.
Exactly. It's like very much that like human goes into fairyland kind of situation, and he's like very in awe, and then just very.
I
very
love that.
taken.
He fell into like a pothole in Detroit and ended up here.
Yeah, he actually goes to like whatever art school they have in Detroit. I don't know if they do, but let's just say they do.
Probably have one.
Yeah, something.
Or
okay.
you know
Yeah,
what? They
something.
probably have an artist residency.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. He goes back and it's been 20 years.
Oh no. Huh.
Ugh.
I still don't know what I want my weird spell to be. I'm still thinking.
Well, I'll
Um,
sell my coughing potions.
mhm.
So let's see how that goes. Okay, I got a 3, so I sell half of them. I got a 2,
Uh-oh.
and then I got a 4.
I think a 2 is an unfortunate night market event.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then a 4 is a similar, mid oddity. If you roll 2d6, I can tell you what your unfortunate event is.
Ooh, yes. 62.
Oh, this is really funny. First, I'll tell you the one that it's not, because I saw one. I was like, it'd be really funny if Kitty got this one. Which 24 is just too noisy. So I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah, that's right.
But the one you
That was
actually
good.
rolled is pretty funny, which is eat candy that is too spicy.
It's like one of those Werthers, but it's been like rolled in like chili, that like hot sweet chili
Yeah.
Yes.
tagine.
Yeah.
It's like oh god, oh jeez. And that's why I only sell half of my potions, because I end up downing the other half to try to get the taste out of my mouth, because I'm like coughing and sneezing from how
Yeah.
spicy it is.
Do you want to roll to see what your payment is? Or do you want to make something up?
Oh, sure. Yeah. 55.
55 seashells.
What am I going to do with these?
Ooh, you're so lucky. Those are valuable in Atlantis.
Oh, sell them to you. You want some seashells?
Ooh, yes.
Nice. Oh, I don't think I asked, but Ava, did you want to roll to see what your night market payment is? I
Sure.
got distracted by the artist.
You're fine. And note that I did say that Atlantis is real, and they do take seashells for money.
I'm never going there.
I vacation there. 32.
32. Invisible ink.
Ooh. I can confuse people with letters.
Okay. Mila, did you sell? You didn't sell your potion yet.
Not
your first
yet.
potion.
I am gonna sell my plant one, which is I made the most, but they're the least potent. I rolled a 5, so I sell them all.
Nice.
I rolled a 5, so I get a favorable outcome. And then I got a 1, and I think I don't even want to roll, because looking at the night market payments all of them feel too odd. I think I just get some gold coins. Like I just get I just get money. They pay me. That's it.
Nice. You can
Weird.
roll for your unfortunate event, though.
My fortunate.
Oh, sorry, fortunate. I was looking at the
Or wait,
page.
with the 5, it's fortunate, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I just said the wrong
Excellent. That's fine. I forgive you. You're welcome.
It was really weighing
Oh,
on my mind.
okay. I got a 62, but we already did that one.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
I transform that into a 26?
Yeah.
And I can see my favorite constellation, which
Yeah.
mine personally, they're kind of tied because they're just different in size. I'm a really big fan of the classics. I like the Ursas. I like the bears. I like the Big Dippers and the Dippers. I shouldn't say the Big Dippers. There's only one Big Dipper.
I like all the Big Dippers.
And I think, yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to treat this as like being linear of like I sell all and then I sell the next ones. But I think later towards the end of the night market, I lay down after like doing my selling, and as I lay down in the moss, I can just see my favorite constellation. So I'm gonna kind of have this like at the end chronologically, but
Yeah, I love that.
yeah.
I
Me
still couldn't
too.
decide what my spell was, so I was like, oh, I have this Oracle deck, so I pulled an Oracle card to see if I could get any guidance, and it is Sweet Violet, Inner Sanctum. Sweet, sweet violet sings of sun and springtime, carpeting meadows and lawns with lush purple petals. But this glorious show is mere flirtation. Her true abundance comes in autumn when quietly and with little fanfare she shares her seed with the earth, setting the stage for the next spring's performance. Violet has no trouble separating public from private. She knows both have their place and season. She's the gossip column socialite who quietly works in a soup kitchen on Wednesdays, knowing life's most important work isn't always done in the public eye. So I think, maybe this is a spell that, like, allows this is a very odd spell, so I guess this works. This is a spell that when you cast it, surrounds you in, like, an orb of flowers, and you just get to smell, like, your favorite smell, like, wafting out of these flowers, and then you can also use them, like, candy them, and, like, make them into, like, candy, or, like, put them on salads, or things like that. So it's a very peculiar spell, because it just, like, surrounds you in, like, a ball of flowers, for, like, a certain period of time. But to the outside world, they don't see any of the flowers. I imagine they just see the roots. So it's very strange to see someone cast it. But I think Annie was, like, so taken by this idea, and so I think literally sold all of her, well, she's holding one, but 4 of her highest potency spells, because she was like, this is my favorite spell, and that sounds like something I would love to experience. And so just trades them all for one. Cool. I guess since everyone else is gone with their first ones, I'll do my second one, which is my cold resistance. Oh, and so then anybody who got a positive thing gets to add +1 to their next roll, and anyone who got a -1 or negative subtracts 1 from their next roll.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I got a 3, a 5, and a 6. So okay, I have too many windows open. A 3, I think means is 3 still half?
Yeah.
Okay. And how many?
3
did I
and 4
have?
is half.
Okay, cool. And I had 6 of these, so I sell 3 of them. And then I get a positive night market event and another very odd payment. I got I guess I got a 4 last time, but I got a 6 this time. So let me see what my positive night market event is. And since I'm not gonna roll again to sell potions, so I guess somebody else can take this if that would help them. A 23, I get a free drink.
Nice.
So yeah, so I'm just, like, going around with, like, a little, like, something effervescent, I think, and floral. I think I, like, am excited about this, so I see, like, some kind of floral, like, maybe like basil and rosemary, like, spritz. So it's just, like, like seltzer water and then, like, basil and rosemary essence, and there's some, like, magic going on. And then my payment for this one It's supposed to be very odd. Oh, 26. This is pretty odd. A fondue fountain, which I love fondue, so I'm happy with this. So I think I'm at my booth, which is just this tiny little booth. It's like I did not make a booth that's like sized for the people visiting. I made a booth sized for me. So I've got this tiny booth. I've got these little tiny potions lined up. I've sold everything I'm planning on selling for the night because I think I'm just gonna hang on to the potions I didn't sell. And I just have this like fondue fountain that is bigger than me. And I've got a little spritzy drink in one hand, and I just have like a fondue fork in the other. And I'm just having a great.
I don't know why, but I'm just imagining you in the fondue, just sort of sitting. Like I'm imagining like a chocolate fondue fountain, and you're just like in it, like with your drink and your fondue fork that you just keep dipping into and like eating.
Yeah, I think it starts out with I'm not in it, but then I do just get into it. Also, I guess it makes sense that it would be a chocolate fondue fountain because that's real. It is a cheese fondue fountain though, which is not really real. People don't really do a cheese fondue fountain, but
They should.
I'm just imagining this little crocheted puppet filled with cheese.
Filled with cheese.
I support it.
I'm so squishy and cheesy right now. But I'm having a great day. I found out that my coven actually likes things about me, which I wasn't really sure about before. My stump is fine.
Yeah, that's like the highest compliment I think Nessa can give.
The stump is fine. Yeah, who wants to go next to sell their second batch of potions?
I can go. All right. So I rolled. Let me do that again. 5, 4, and 4. I will use +1 to make the one of my 4s into a 5, and I will place one of the 5s for the first roll dice, the other 5 for the second dice, and then 4 is going to be for the third.
Incredible. So you sell all your potions. It's pretty odd what your payment is. And you get a Fortunate Night Market event, which you can roll for, and I'll tell you what it is.
52.
52. A Displacer kitten cuddles up by your feet.
Oh, so cute. I'll name you Scorpio.
Incredible. And then if you want to roll for payment, or if you have something in mind, up to you.
We'll roll. 63.
Arm wrestling lessons.
Nice.
Ooh! That'll work. That'll work for my vacation in Atlantis. Yes.
What kind of creature do you think teaches you your arm wrestle? Or not teaches you. Yeah, teaches you. In my head it was like competition and then lesson, but yeah, what kind of creature teaches you arm wrestling?
A Kraken priest.
Nice. Yeah.
Very cool. I love that.
I got so many arms.
So many arms.
The real way to win an arm wrestling
Is to just have more arms.
have more arms.
I mean, it's hard to argue with that.
Yep.
Aldo, yeah, you decide. You decide the wager, and I'll decide how many arms we're using. Amazing. Who's next?
I'll do my I already rolled for it, but I got a 5, a 6, and a 3.
Nice. So you get a fortunate event. So after recovering from eating too spicy of a candy,
Yeah.
you give me a roll and I'll tell you what your fortunate event is.
11.
11. Get a compliment about your potions.
These are, well, I mean, I don't know if they'd remember, about how good these potions are. Maybe that's the compliment.
The
Is they don't
compliment is they
remember taking it.
They immediately come back and buy another one.
Nice.
Absolutely. And it keeps happening. Right? I'm all out.
You sell all your potions to one person. That's like in Arrested
That's a good
Development.
scam.
In Arrested Development, I think Job like keeps like basically roofing himself to forget things, but
Yes.
then he forgets that he's taking them. Yeah, the forget me nows.
Yep. Yep.
Do you want to roll for what your
Show.
payment is?
Yeah, I did. I rolled a 21.
Really big coins.
Nice.
Now, when we say big, are they like the size of like a Hot wheel type of big, or like what type of big are we talking about?
I'm thinking like a platter. Like, I'm just like,
Okay.
oh, actually it's a giant paid me and kept forgetting and coming back. So to the giant, these are very normal sized coins, but to me, they're huge.
Yeah. I love that. Who's next? Is it just
That would
I
be
think it's just
moi.
Mila, yeah.
Yeah. I rolled a 4, and because I got a fortunate thing before, that goes up to a 5. So I sell all my intended things, which I only have one potion left over, so I'm very curious how one would sell half of one. Anyway.
Sample.
And I get another fortunate thing, and I rolled a 45, which I'm obsessed with. A pixie steals something from your rival and gives it to you.
Ooh.
The Arrival Coven. Gosh, I just feel like keeping with the Sex and the City theme, because that's what popped into my head. Steals their very nice wooden clogs that have the troll designer that does them has very unique berries that make a very red pigment, and what this designer does is put them on the bottom of his shoes, and they are called troll boutons. Troll bouton. Yeah.
Troll baton.
And so so they are stolen and given to me. So now I have very fancy clogs. And I'm not embarrassed to wear them in front of people. If they ask, I'll just be like, "Oh, they were a gift from a pixie."
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And they're too nice to really question me too much on it. I also rolled for my payment, and I got 36, which is paper money. I think I have a handful of just like, if you went on a crazy trip and then put your pants through the wash, I have all these crumpled pieces of paper money. I think I have like a Canadian $5. I have a US $1. I have a couple like 10 euros. Yuan, the Chinese currency, and just being like, just looking at it, and it's like the Gravity Falls meme where it's like, wow, this is useless.
I love that. Does anyone have any? I had some potions I didn't sell, but I think I decided Amy was just going to hang on to them. Does anyone have potions they didn't sell that they want to try to sell? Or
I drank mine.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I got lucky. When it came down to me making money, I got lucky. When it came down to keeping us safe, I did not.
Your priorities. I think as we reconvene after selling our potions, I have one last of my favorite potions, which makes people tiny, and I kind of like squelch over to you all. I'm full of
what
cheese.
happened to you?
I had some fondue. Does anybody want to? It's just been such a lovely day and night with you all, and I just thought maybe since we've bonded together so much, maybe someone would want to be tiny with me. And I like hold up my last little tiny potion.
I would love that.
I was gonna push Pete forward anyway, so I think I'm like about to, and then I'm like, oh, I don't have to. Okay.
As I say that, you two have like taken like a small step back to make it look like I've stepped
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah. I hand Pete this potion, which is like, for me, like the potion's probably about this size, but for you it's like little, like itty bitty.
Yeah.
And I say, the bottle's made out of sugar glass, so you can just eat it like a candy.
Right in the mouth.
Like a gusher.
Yeah. Yeah. Just pop. I'm like, oh, that tastes pretty good.
I immediately grab both of your hands and start like Titanic, like spinning
Yeah.
you around.
This is so cute. This is so
Annie.
beautiful.
Couldn't be me.
Annie,
Could not be me.
We need to break in and mess with Nessa's stuff. Now that we're really tiny, we can fuck with so much.
That's already what I was gonna do.
Oh yay!
No.
we skip off towards skip off towards your hut.
I was gonna eat all her raw potatoes right from her potato bin tonight.
Ooh, smart.
Nessa, it seems that they are going to fuck with your shit, but I just got some really great wrestling lessons by a Kraken priest. Do you want to go to Atlantis and do some gambling?
Hell yeah, that sounds great. We'll leave them to it.
Is it? Are you going to Atlantis?
I
Like
put on
the
one of
state
those
or
old
Atlantis
lady
City?
visors. Let's go. I put a pipe in my mouth. I start puffing.
I love
Apparently,
the idea.
Atlantis is just Atlantic City, but yeah, it's in the water.
I was gonna say I love that Atlantis is Atlantic City. And that's everything in the game. That's Swamp Troll Witches. And I feel like we ended on a nice little note for each of us.
Yeah, that was good.
We
That was
traipsed off
fun.
to
Different
go
types of
ways.
bonding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the last thing we'll do before we wrap up the stream is you can each go around and let people know where they can find you, other projects that you have going on, anything that you want to plug, and we'll start again with Ava.
Hello, my darlings and dears. It's your Madam Ava here. You can find me anywhere at Madam Ava Couture. Literally everywhere except for Threads. I used to do Threads. But in the meantime, in between time, you can either catch me on Girls Run These Worlds for Roll for Luck. We are a homebrew D&D podcast, but right now we're system jumping and we're in vampires right now. I believe we have a session this coming Wednesday. And you can also find me over on Exquisite Corpse Presents for our Thirsty Sword Lesbian campaign, Lunaissance Dune Ray. We are wrapping up soon. We're in the finale of the series. Things happened. I made my half-brother who killed my father into now my son. That's fun. So catch those episodes when you can. And see you in the new year.
Amazing. Kitty, what about you?
Well, you can find me on Instagram at kitty_striker. I'm on Blue Sky at Kitty Striker. I am on Facebook, officially Kitty Striker. I am currently finishing up edits on my next book, which is going to be called Love Rebels, subtitle to be decided. It's going to be kind of a little bit of a memoir and a little bit of like experiences from my time as an activist. The whole idea of the book is going to be how to balance being an activist and having relationships with people and taking care of yourself without completely burning out, which is going to become increasingly important. So that's going to be coming sometime next year. My last book, Say More, Consent Conversations for Teens, is available. You can pick that up. It's 14 prompts to help teenagers and adults figure out how consent culture and critical thinking fit into their lives. Yeah, so those are happening. And I guess I want to also give a shout out to the Roll Report, which is a friend of mine's podcast. Taylor's been on it as well. And yeah, it's a really fun little podcast. So you should go and check it out.
Yeah, Colin, who runs Roll Report, has been on this channel playing Tangled Blessings and was also on Over the Table. So if you liked that, then you would like the Roll Report.
Yeah.
Mila, how about you?
Yes, you can find me here on Twitch. Every time I'm on here, I say I want to stream more, and that is still true. I also, if you go to itch.io, you, if you want to, can play my lyric game that is inspired by driving across the country multiple times and the way that we have not figured out how to live in harmony with animals, and how it's called We Are, or You Are, Your Roadkill, and it's basically the harm that cars do to the environment around us, but then how ultimately it's hurting us as well, and kind of trying to like grapple with just car culture in general, especially in more rural places, I find. And you can also find me pretty much everywhere. The only place where it is not just straight Troll Mila is on Twitter, where it is troll_Mila. I have moved over to Blue Sky. I am infrequently on Instagram. I am on TikTok. I wouldn't say it's good quality, but it's there. Yeah, there's a lot of places you can find me. I do a lot of different stuff. So yeah, that's me.
And I'm Taylor. You can find me everywhere at Roll for Felicity, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, technically Twitter, Tumblr, most places you can find me. And as for stuff I have coming up, this might be my last stream of the year. It's definitely my last TTRPG stream on this channel for the year. I'll be announcing some stuff that's coming in January soon. But I am going to be on High Shelf Collective on Monday night, I think, playing Mouse Guard, which I'm excited for. I've played a lot of Mouse Ritter, and Mouse Guard is kind of the other like mouse adventurer game, so I'm excited to play that. And that is for charity, so come hang out and watch that, and there'll be some like charity incentives, I think. And then there's something else to say. Oh yes, if you're in my Discord, on Tuesday night, Mila is hosting a movie night, and we're gonna be watching some Christmas action movies.
Yes. Yes. Last month it was
Incredible.
Christmas animated movies. This month it is Christmas action movies. We'll see how it goes.
I think we're watching. Is it Silent Night? What is the David Harbour one called?
I just keep calling it the one where David Harbour is Santa and beats people up.
Yeah,
Violent Night.
Yeah,
Violent
okay.
Night, and then Die
and
Hard,
classic.
right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Die Hard.
cool.
Classic Christmas action movie. Die Hard. Taylor's Discord is on the It Is a Christmas Movie team.
I think my Discord is on the we couldn't think of another movie that fit the brief that we wanted to
It was
watch.
very much me being like, sure, you know what? Let's do it.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Movie nights are always fun. We hang out, watch movies, and vibe and do stuff. So it'll be fun. I think that's everything. So I am gonna raid High Shelf Collective since I'm gonna be there and they're doing a charity stream right now.
Nice.
And I think this does the command. Yes. If you're in chat, you can copy and paste the raid messages, the sub raid. You can copy and paste if you are a subscriber, meaning you pay money to me on Twitch. But if you don't pay money to me on Twitch, you can copy and paste the one that's marked non-sub raid and say hello to High Shelf Collective when we get over there. But thanks everybody for watching. Do you all want to say goodbye to the Twitch chat and goodbye to the YouTube VOD?
Bye, Twitch
Goodbye,
chat. Bye, YouTube
everyone.
VOD.
Goodbye.
Mwah.